I'm going to ride Micah. Ride Micah.
Don't even bother trying to send me trades next year. I'm going to immediately can't. I won't even look at it.
Why? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We have some extra guests here today.
Yeah.
Olivia and Riley.
Who's
What
that?
do you think of fantasy football?
Oh, yeah. It's a great question. Let's see what Dave has taught them.
What do we think about football?
Is football good? Or is football bad?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I heard
Bad.
that.
Inauspicious start.
Oh,
What do you
boy.
got there?
We're showing off our advent calendar gifts from today. Hair clips.
Ah.
Oh.
Oh.
Should I get a hair clip? I feel like I could put a hair clip in my hair. Why not? Why can't I put a hair clip in my hair?
I have it at my house. You can come to my house. You can have a haircut.
Okay, I'll come to your
You
house.
gotta come to our house, Clark. Then we'll
I'm
give you.
game. Is there a Kraken game this evening, David, or are you just dressing for the local teams?
No, local team representing. I should be wearing a cap sweater. They're playing right now, but
Are we playing tonight? Back to back?
we are. I think we're Blue Jackets, right? Or Lightning.
Oh wow! Well, we just played the Kings last night, late last night, I think. But
Yeah.
Josh, how are you doing?
Good. Yeah. Doing well. Tired.
Missing some energy from Olivia and Riley over there.
I know, right?
I am surprised you guys have stuck with the 10 p.m. start time for so long.
Yeah.
I feel like it doesn't fit Josh's lifestyle very well.
I see you up there. Oh my goodness. To be fair, we've been very inconsistent with the two timers in general this year. So we just been going with whatever time makes sense.
I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know that I've paid out Fab the last week or two. I don't know what challenges you guys have done.
Oh, I see you. What are you doing?
I'm standing.
You're standing. I don't know. To be fair, I don't think we've even spun the wheel. If we even had two timers last couple of weeks. So
Yeah. I don't think we've had.
Yeah. I think there was like 1 or 2 weeks that I think we just missed it. I was like, I don't think you guys did it this week. And then I will jump through the feed.
Yeah.
well,
I
let's
used to
get
pick out
ahead of that.
the rostered one, but whatever the category one I missed.
Let's get ahead of that right now.
Ooh.
Daddy.
Olivia and Riley, can you see the wheel?
Yes.
So our categories are all just margins of victory, most fewest points. We're going to spin the wheel, see what the Fab category is, but we'll caveat with this. Olivia and Riley have to approve the category before we call it good.
All right.
Yes, yeah. Take my socks off. Take my socks off.
Olivia and Riley, do you think that's good, or should we spin the wheel again?
I'm gone.
Again? Okay.
That's fast.
It is fast.
Yeah, I got it.
How does Clark spin it so fast?
I need to take my
Oh,
Is that good, or do we need to spin it again?
say it's good.
Again.
Again. All
Yes.
right, last time.
Okay. It's fast.
It's spinning fast. All right, is that one good?
Unfortunate. Well,
All
nobody
right,
wants
narrowest
this one
loss
this
margin.
week.
That could be a painful one this week.
I say nobody wants it.
All done with the spinning wheel.
Mhm. Woo.
Olivia and Riley, I have a question for you. Are you
Yes.
listening?
Yes.
Do you think your dad's football team is going to make the playoffs?
Could it?
Yes? Yes or no?
No. Yes.
No.
Oh
Yes.
my,
Yes.
we're split here.
Okay,
Yes.
how about this? Do you think my team is going to make the playoffs?
Yes.
Uncle Clarky's team.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
And this other guy on the call, you might not know who it is. This is Josh. Do you think Josh's team is going to make the playoffs?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh wow, was not
Olivia's very
expecting that
positive
much
tonight.
confidence.
All positive.
Thank you, Olivia.
Man, they should be on the call more often.
Mhm.
Yeah, seriously. We'll have to see if their predictions come true. I mean, is this pre or post dinner, David?
This is post dinner, pre bedtime. So we've hung some lights tonight. We've done advent calendars. We've eaten enough of our casserole to be excused. We're trying to avoid spilling our beers.
Let's see.
Oh, I don't know if you'll be able to hear any of the sound effects. That's okay.
Mhm.
Well, that's good. Well, Maresca will join here soon. We don't have a ton of an agenda, but I figure we need to talk about playoff situation. Dave, we've got the deck that you sent out, which is super helpful. I think everyone will enjoy reading through that. We won't go through all of it because it's rather dense to read through all
So
the
dense.
individual items.
You
guess
better
in terms
enjoy it.
of-
It's a labor of love.
How long does it take you to put one of those together?
It probably took me like 3 hours or so would be my guess. Like I have the skeleton is like copied and pasted, so you'll notice there are a few errors in terms of week to week. I might have missed a couple things, but then like updating the odds, updating like this thing, some of that stuff is just like it's not that big a deal, but it does take a little bit of time. And I try to put a little bit of thought into like the team by team blurbs, but yes, like I enjoy doing it, so I'm happy
Yeah.
to put a little bit of time into it.
Olivia,
Yes.
you see this new guy that just joined the call?
That's tough.
You see the new guy, Chris, the guy that's waving? Do you think that his fantasy team is going to make the playoffs?
Yeah.
What about you, Riley? Do you think he's going to make it or no? Oh.
So we're all gonna.
Everybody's gonna
Wait,
make
is Josh making it too?
it. Everybody's
Everyone's
Yeah,
gotten yes
I
so
am.
far.
everybody on the call.
Oh.
Good for you, Josh.
I
Well,
know,
we
right?
appreciate your labors of love for the fantasy world, David. Slides are not unappreciated.
Yeah.
There you guys go
I
through
think-
all the slides.
How are you guys feeling about your chances of the playoffs? How's the optimism levels right now?
I think I texted
Josh?
you my levels, Dave.
All you guys, you still got shots, especially two of you. Josh, lower.
Yeah, I'm on the next season.
Mhm.
I think my optimism is up if Amon Ra plays tomorrow night. If not, it might be night.
What has to happen? I guess we could look at the slides. Maresca, for you, what has to happen? You just have to win and you're in, or we have to lose?
I just have to win. I mean, at this point, the next person behind me is like 70 points behind. So
Yeah, I was looking at the standings. Let me share this one instead.
the only mistake Dave made was giving Kevin credit for my points forward, but that's cool. It's all good.
Oh no. Who did I give that to?
He said Kevin, but it's okay.
Oh, unacceptable. Send it back.
Unacceptable. I have 1539, not Kevin. Kevin has 1538.
I do think so. I'm pretty sure all you guys, like, basically, there's 5 of you are all 7 and 6, and if any of you win, you're in. Except Nat needs a little bit of help, but Clark, Ben, Moresco, Dan. If any of you guys win, you're in. Like no,
I don't think Ben is necessarily right.
Ben will
is-
be in on
Oh,
record.
Ben will beat
Any
you.
of the 7 and 6 teams aside from Natalie, I think, are in on record.
Natalie's just a little bit far back on points 4, which is why the rest of you, it's like Ben and Clark is the crux because you're both 7 and 6, so only one of you can win. Yeah, I know.
Right, but like if it's kind of crazy actually.
The only
I was
person
looking
she
at
can
the-
really pass is Ben, and that's a
in
long
points
shot.
4. Well, she would need Ben to lose, I think,
By
or
a
she
lot.
would need. Is anyone playing? Who's playing Natalie this week? It's not any
I
of
am.
us, is it? Oh, it's Josh.
Yep.
So yeah, the 7 and 6. It's weird. There's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 and 6 teams. I don't know if the 7 and 7 team will make it in this year.
Highly unlikely,
I mean,
but
it can. It just depends on how what happens, right? Like if Dan loses to Ryan, right? If Natalie, like it's going to come down to tiebreakers, right? If
Yeah.
that's true. If
if
Natalie
enough of it-
loses and Ben loses, me and Dan have good chances of making it at 7-7.
like between Clark and Ben, there's guaranteed to be one 8 and 6 team and one 7 and 7 team.
Yeah,
And then it's just how it's like if you go, I don't know where the slide is, Clark. It's like a couple past the one you were showing.
yeah.
Just kind of the next one. That kind of shows basically what's going to happen. So, like, there's 2 spots available for kind of the middle, like those 5 teams on the right. There's 2 spots available. So, could be if you make it 8 and 6, you get it. Could be 7 and 7 tiebreakers.
It is kind of wild that between Moresco, Dan, and I think we're 3 of the top 4 scoring teams in the league, and there's potential where one or multiple of us don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's insane.
Because if Natalie and Ben were to win, they'd be in on record, right? And then, honestly, worst case scenario, well, for any of us, would be to lose. But like if Dan and I both lose, I mean, he'll probably beat me out on points 4, and that's just kind of like it. So, we'll
Wow.
see. But then
But
if all 3 of us lose, Moresco's out on points 4, unless he outscores you. Well, I guess he could outscore me by 15, and then I'd be out.
Yeah, you and like Dan has got a pretty good lead. You and Moresco are close, right? You're within 15, but you're still pretty good, Clark. I think the trick
Although-
with you is that like the other teams, like Dan and Nat and Moresco, they're guaranteed that either you or Ben will be losing.
Yeah.
Right? So they only need one other person to lose for them to make it in, right? Whereas you need 2 people to lose.
Josh, we need you to just play spoiler this weekend. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You're not making it in
Yeah,
unless you put up like 200 points.
yeah.
So we just need you to beat Natalie and let it be done.
I don't know. I don't have CMC this week, so when I don't have my boy, it's hard.
It's all right. Saquon's gonna go off.
Yeah, right.
That big trade you made for a keeper of Saquon.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's painful to think about right now. Good for Matt though.
Do you have any keepers left?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
In this
Start.
world of like the bubble playoff teams, Dave, how do you feel to be guaranteed a spot in the playoffs at this stage?
You know, it's kind of nice. I'm not going to lie. I did not think I was going to be in this circumstance right now. And I can't say that I deserve to be here right now, but I'm not complaining. But I texted Jonesy earlier today. I was like, it's nice to have this little mini bye. before because for neither of us the game doesn't really matter, right? Seeding will matter, but it can't affect if we make it or not. So no, it's nice. I'd say I have been
Unless
pleasantly surprised.
Natalie scores 400 points
It's
and
true.
wins.
If Natalie
And
beats
Clark
my
wins.
score by 115 points,
You could
Natalie
be
could
out.
bump us. Good. That's the real danger here. That's the real danger this week.
So, Dave, what are you like on a 6 or 7 game winning streak?
5.
Five.
And
Five.
Jones on
Okay.
Jonesy and I are the two teams that like we kind of started off the year struggling, and then Jonesy's on a 6-game winning streak, and I'm on a 5-game winning streak.
Okay.
But you were
Yeah.
1-4, right?
I was pretty bad. I've been really bad, and for like the first half of the year, and that's just been playing catch up the entire second half. So yeah,
It's those 70 waiver wire moves.
it's sometimes you got to put in the work, but
Hopefully you didn't peak too soon. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Well, I told Clark, I feel like it just gets you. Fantasy is it's a vibes based game, right? Where you start to feel good about your team. We're rolling, and then all of a sudden it all goes south. Like Clark's team was crushing for a couple weeks, like not just a couple weeks, a good chunk of season. Dan too, and then Dan goes on a skid. Clark goes on a skid. Next thing you know, you're like top points team. Like on paper, you should still feel confident about the rest of the season, but all it takes is 1 week right now, and you miss the playoffs.
I know. Like 2 games ago, I was feeling so good. After our beach weekend, I was like, "Oh, I'm good. I've got 3 games left. All I have to do is win 1 to guarantee a spot." And it's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, lost 1, lost the second one. Now here we are."
The
Yeah.
crazy thing to me, my team, is I have the 4th most points for, the 3rd least points against, and I'm 7-6 somehow.
It's true. Clark has
Wow.
a ton of
I've had like
points
boom and
against.
bust weeks.
Yeah,
I've got the 3rd most points against, I think.
you've got a ton. When I looked the other day,
I know that Matt and Mitch have gotten slaughtered as well.
yeah,
They have.
yeah.
Well, we shall see. If you guys had to make predictions now on who you think is going to make it and who you think is going to miss out, what would you say? We can go back to this one if it's easier.
I think the current teams are going to stay in, honestly, because I think that Dan and Maresco I think Dan and Maresco are going to win, and then it just becomes Clark if you or Ben wins, because Nat I think unfortunately I think she's going to win, but she needs one of Dan or Maresco to lose to also get in. So
Do you have
I
any
think
big buy? Are there any big buys in your game, Clark?
I don't have Rico Dowdle.
I mean,
That's kind of potentially a blessing in disguise right now. What do you say, Josh?
Justin Jefferson's on a bye every week now. So
yeah, it's
No,
true.
I'm at the point of almost benching him. It's just I feel
He's only projected
I don't know
12
what
points
to do.
now.
I feel like if you bench Justin Jefferson, you deserve to take a loss.
I mean, is it crazy to say that my decision on whether or not I'm going to bench him is going to come down to if JJ McCarthy is starting or not?
oof.
We are playing the Commanders defense, so that might
I
sway.
read. I think it's one of the Yahoo summaries that said something about Justin Jefferson, and it was like he's basically no better than a top 25 wide receiver with like limited upside at this point. If JJ McCarthy comes back, it's slightly more hopeful because at least he has the arm strength to make throws in his general direction. And it's like someone was like ripping apart the Minnesota quarterback.
That's so sad. Yeah.
What a disaster.
No, what are your guys' predictions for playoffs? What are you feeling?
Yeah, what do you think, Maresco?
I would love it if it just stayed the same, to be honest. But I think, like I said, I think I come down to St. Brown playing or not, personally. So, but Matt does have a Trevion on bye and a couple other people on bye, so I think I have a good chance. I think you'll beat Ben, and I think Dan's gonna win. Actually, Dan's the tricky one because he's playing Ryan.
I was going to say Dan Ryan is a big game too, because Kevin wants Ryan to lose because Kevin can still take the number 1 seed. You know, so I feel
That's
like
a big
the two
one.
big games are like Dan versus Ryan and Clark versus Ben.
Yeah.
high stakes for this final week.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see.
It
I
would
don't
be
wanna-
nuts if Dan wins the points champion, number one points for in the league, but doesn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
That would be nuts.
Then we go
Unjust,
back to that whole conversation we've had 40 times.
Yeah, points
Kick
for.
returners aren't fair.
No points for it, but yes, that too. That is true. His points for championship should be with an asterisk.
We spent a good chunk of the drive down to the Outer Banks because our car was myself, Daniel, and Ryan Dean. And
Oh,
so if you
I'm
can
sure you guys were
imagine-
just sitting in silence most of the time.
Yeah, we didn't speak for like 3 hours. There was a lot of discussion about optimization of league rules, right? If you can imagine the personalities in the car. So Ryan was making a pretty impassioned case for playing against the league median, right? So to even things out, you should have a top half and bottom half, so it's not as chaotic week to week, which there is an argument for and against. But same thing as points for, kind of. It's essentially when you get rid of some of the week to week stuff, situations like this, basically teams like Clark and Dan's wouldn't even be on the bubble because you'd be strong enough teams that you wouldn't be there.
So, Dave, an interesting thing my uncle told me that they're doing in their league is basically you have a head-to-head matchup, and then you have the median score.
Yeah.
Is that what you just said? I was zoned out for a second.
Yeah, that's the setting that Yahoo offers. So that's the other thing about all these league rule change conversations. Certain people in our league have strong opinions about league rule changes and what would be better, but we're always constrained by what Yahoo or other platforms can actually do. So yes, what Yahoo offers is you still have your head-to-head matchup, but then you have a second. Essentially, every week you'd either be 2-0, 1-1, or 0-2, and so.
So you double up your games record, basically.
Yeah, so smooth things out. So you still have your head-to-head, but then you also have against the league median. So if this past week when I beat Kevin, had the number 2 score on the week, but he played me, who had the number 1 score on the week, and so Kevin.
Sure, okay.
would-
Random example, yeah.
random example, but so he would have gone 1-1 on the week as opposed to because he lost to me, but he'd still be one of the top half teams, right?
Yeah.
So it's a way of you're still accumulating standings points for having good scores, while you're not totally getting rid of the head-to-head element. Because that's the other thing. If you just did straight league median, your top half, bottom half, you're playing the field every week, and then you get rid of some of the head-to-head fun of fantasy, right?
Clark, me and you both would have been 0-2.
At the beginning?
No, after last week.
Oh, I did not play well last week. My team completely fell apart. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of points making an impact, but at the same time, I don't think our league's ever moving away from just straight up matchups. At least personally, it just doesn't seem like it's like a non-starter.
Yeah. It's all about, we talked about this in the car quite a bit. We're trying to optimize fun, right? It's hard to optimize fun for everybody at the same time. Because right now, teams for Clark and Dan, if you're oh no, the best teams should have they should be in. It shouldn't even be a question, right? You've been a better team all year. You should make the playoffs. But then at the flip side is it doesn't even give the shot. If you're a worse team that's kind of scraping by, you're oh, you don't even have a shot, right? Because you're not gonna. So the variance works both ways, up and down.
Well, and I know it breaks down when we're comparing to the actual NFL because you can't play defense, impact the other team's score. But it is not unlike the NFL in the sense of they have a schedule that they play, and some teams with better records that vie for either division or wild card slots are not as good as teams that don't make it. But that's just the way the league works. So
some people would say get rid of kickers; they're too random. Other people would say add punters. We need more randomness.
Add punters. I think we should add punters. We should keep kickers, but we should add a multiplier where the return yards off of those two entities are subtracted from their total scores. So every kicker would be negative every single game.
See, I was thinking we should do, some leagues have super flex, super 2 quarterbacks. We should do super kicker leagues, 2 kickers.
Ooh.
You're not allowed to have more than 2 kickers on your roster, though.
Kevin would board 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, he would.
There are certain teams in our league that will remain unnamed that love to grab certain positions thinking that they're going to be trade fodder later in the season, and they don't end up being anything.
I don't think the defense move. I don't think it's even trade. I think Kevin philosophically believes in the strength of his defenses, and Ryan has done the same thing. Ryan's running several defenses deep right now. Dan,
I mean, they're
think
they're 1 and 2 in the league.
That's true. They must be doing something right. Dan, I think he gets caught up in the price enforcement during the draft. Then he realizes afterwards he's got 3 quarterbacks, and he tries to convince himself his portfolio is strong.
I was gonna say, you didn't have to mention that because I play into that almost every draft. Joshy, what do you think? Who do you think's making it? Who do you think's missing the cut?
Yeah, I think my initial thought is similar to all you guys. I think how the standings are right now is how it will shake out. But yeah, I think Dan and Ryan's matchup will be really interesting. I know Ryan has been struck. Well, it's funny. I feel like he still had some good weeks, but his quarterback position's been a little interesting, just with Lamar not putting up points. So I'm kind of wondering if it's going to come down to that. You know what I mean? Like if Dan's able to pull something out, because Ryan's quarterback position struggles again.
Ryan also has Jackson Dart, who's on bye this week. So
yeah. Yeah, so it'll be really interesting though.
I do feel like we're at that crossroads in the season where this week matters a lot, and there will be teams that are in, teams that are out, and then half the league is just going to unplug right after that because it's especially these bubble teams. It could happen, I guess, but it's unlikely that one of these bubble playoff teams ends up making it to the toilet bowl, let alone losing the toilet bowl. So it's kind of we're just done. I know there's a $10 fab thing, but or $10 draft dollar.
I'll be hunting for that again.
To be fair, this is normally the last 3 or 4 seasons. This is normally when I get re-engaged.
Yeah. I think it's of the teams that could be in the consolation that are strong, right? Like Matt's team was looking strong for a stretch, then yours too, Joshy, right? You'd probably be the odds-on favorites in the consolation. Although Mitch's team isn't bad either.
Yeah, I agree.
Off.
Mm-hmm. So,
is there a scenario?
Go ahead,
Dave.
No, I was just gonna say I've tried to message this a few times. There's no rule saying you can't enjoy football when your fantasy team isn't in the championship. It's this binary all or nothing thinking where I'm you can still root for guys.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
I feel
I say that to remind myself, but it's not the same.
I've found more recently that I don't think I enjoy the sport of football that much. I think I just enjoy watching my fantasy team play.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're Commanders fans.
That's very true.
It is freeing though, when you either know your matchup is decided or you don't have any players going and you're watching a fun game, right? Like a high scoring game. I feel like that is still
that is true.
Yeah, it is a curse of being the Commanders fan. Although, Maresco, aren't the Bears on top of your division right now?
For one more week until this weekend.
Not only that, I believe they're the number one.
Yeah, the number one team in the NFC.
It makes zero
Honestly,
sense.
I was rooting for them this past week to beat the Eagles.
Yeah,
I also root for that.
So we play them 2 times in the next 3 weeks, so it'll all be decided then.
Josh, do you feel any distant affiliation with the Bears since you've departed Chicago?
No, not at all.
Josh is a big Caleb Williams fan.
Josh, this is total tangent, but I sent Clark this website today about the top cities with most traffic in the world.
Yeah.
And he commented the same thing. I was surprised to see Chicago ranked so highly. I think
really?
Top 5 in the world. Yeah.
We'll
Istanbul, Mexico City, Chicago. How do you feel about the company of those 3? New York is
Interesting.
for it. Yeah.
Interesting. Man, that's weird. I did not know that.
Yeah.
And having driven a bunch there, I don't know if I agree with
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with you either, having never driven there.
that.
DC was 19th.
Yeah, if we go to like,
I think you can
Countries.
scroll down on the page a little bit, Clark. It's got like the city ranking list. But yeah.
oh yeah, it's 10th in the U.S. I also thought it was interesting. I mean, this little graph is very informative.
That's not
about
the
Northeast.
10th. Mexico City's in there too.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's fair. In the Americas. Where was it? This one?
Mm, there's like just a straight up numbered list, like this one right here. Yeah.
Oh, but this is for
Mhm.
everything.
Yep.
Anyway,
Not to take
Wow.
away from the primary focus of this call, but while we're bashing on Chicago,
well, we're not really doing picks. We're not really doing our. We have not. I don't think we've submitted a daily fantasy lineup in about 4 weeks.
you guys are
Collective
making it
two-timers.
easy. Every week I check, I'm like, all right, how did the two timers do this week? Am I giving out $3 or $5 a fab? I'm like, well, another 5, 0 for the two timers.
To be fair, Clark's the only one with access. Okay,
Yeah.
can't blame me and Josh.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
To be fair, if we're not doing like whatchamacallit, pick or wheel options, it's good to give someone a different avenue to get a full $5 fab. That's my thinking.
I'm just gonna start
Or at least
playing
that's
my
what
own
I'm going
against the
with
two
now.
timers.
Mhm.
I don't know if that'll.
That's a great question.
Mm.
Dan just brought up. Does Mitch regret not having more Bears on his team? I feel like Mitch was just like a year off, right?
Mhm.
It's a year too
Yes,
soon.
he still has 3 Bears on his
He's
team.
still
No,
that's
he's
true.
still has a couple.
He's still stacked by them.
Yeah, he knew.
Dan has a bear. He doesn't. DJ Moore hasn't been getting a lot of use for Dan. He's just
No.
teasing him.
Who has
Yeah,
Monungai now? Is it
Yeah.
Mitch does.
Mitch has both
it's Mitch?
Swift
Mm.
and Monunga. He could have started both of them last week.
I think DJ Moore's gonna get cut this offseason. That's my
Yeah.
prediction.
At least
feel
your
like
birthday guy. I hear he's the next truth.
I was going to say, based on recent fantasy football trades, it certainly seems like DJ Moore has no value anymore.
0. I genuinely believe in Burden. I think he's gonna be real good. But
Yep.
Who knows?
Yeah, there were a lot of actually since we got you here as the commish, Dave. There were a number of trades that went through over the last couple weeks, and there were a few that didn't go through.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think-
actually
Go ahead.
no, I'm a little surprised. There was less there was not as much league outrage this week as I expected, given the volume of activity. There was a league record in vetoed trades this week by a single manager, I might add. So
I just
I'll
appreciated
leave
you
right
doing
let
your
you
job.
guess. I'll let you take a wild guess who it could have been, but
Doesn't
not
sound like anyone that's ever won the
not a-
league before.
never.
But it sounds like it might be someone related to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, which kind of makes it.
There's an element of like sometimes the rules aren't clear, right? And it's been a while since we've brushed up on all the rules. And there's an element of B, if you're not pushing the envelope or you're really trying, right? If you're not living in the gray area to see what you can get away with. So I think there's a little bit of both. But it was not malicious. It was us just misinterpretations, misunderstands of different things. Like, oh no, you cannot trade next year's draft money, right? Like, oh yeah,
Is that what was being
conceptually,
traded?
that was one. That's the first one, the first veto. Right.
How much money was he trading?
It was 5. So again, like on principles, like, hey, what's five draft bucks for next year, right? But the rule has been you can only trade players in current year fab, right? Even though we're like, oh yeah, keeper value, you're forecasting future value. So rationally, the idea would be the same, but we just haven't put, not to say guardrails in place, but if I said, okay, I'm going to trade you $199 of my 2029 auction draft, right? We haven't put boundaries on it yet because we are we're not a dynasty league. We're still.
I would just do that and leave the year before.
Well, that's the thing, right? So dynasty leagues, like you got to do a buy-in. Like if you're going to trade a future year's asset, you got to pony up your buy-in before you trade it, right? So we just don't have rules for it. Like we haven't put that in place.
Yeah, it's a great strategy. I'm selling out I'm tanking for the next 3 years. I'm gonna have $600 of draft capital come 2028.
Yeah, right.
So, and then the second trade was vetoed because some of those players had played.
That was the third trade. So the second veto wasn't a technical veto. It was there's a kicker trade that occurred. I was like, okay, people have a difference of opinion on kickers. And then like 5 seconds after the trade occurred, one of those kickers was dropped to waivers and somebody else was picked up. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And so I just queried. This was Matt and Ryan, right?
Oh, it says it went through though.
It did go through because I didn't think much. I was like, okay, you guys are swapping kickers, right? I didn't dig into certain trades. I try not to dig into people's business. It's just like, okay, you just value people differently. But the fact that neither Ryan, I was like, oh, they must have traded some fab, but neither Ryan nor Matthew had any fab to trade. And it was just Matthew was willing to donate Mr. Boswell to Ryan because Matt didn't care about him anymore. And so the principle, again, it's not super bad. It's like Matt didn't really care. He was going to drop him anyway. But really, you still have to be acting in your own self-interest. You can't just donate a player to another team, right? So the right answer was like, hey, we're just going to put him on waivers, and if Ryan wants him, he can go bid on him, right? So that was that one.
But did you just reverse that like manually?
I did. Well, because so Matt had already picked up the kicker he wanted, so I just flipped whoever Ryan had. I put Boswell back on waivers and put Ryan's previous kicker back on his team. And then nobody else
did he end up getting Boswell?
Yeah, no one else went. So it ended up being a moot point because nobody else wanted Boswell. So Ryan got him a couple days later. But it's still the principle, like you can't just donate a player to another team for nothing. You got to get something back in return. So
Boswell is back on the waivers now.
And Boswell's back on waivers, right? So again, not really high stakes. And then the final trade was trading players who had already played, which you can't do. But the point of clarification was if he was on your bench and not locked into your starting lineup, could you still trade somebody who hadn't played yet? And the rule is still no. But that was not
I did not see that in the rule book.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me logically.
It's always been the rule. The issue is, and Ryan pointed this out, it used to be, because I know we've done this in the past, if you try to put it through a trade with a player that's already played, it'll let you click it through and say accept, but it won't process until the next week, right? Just like if I put on a waiver claim on somebody who plays on Thursday night, I can put in the waiver claim, but they won't be added to my roster until the next Tuesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way I've done this in the past, and I guarantee that's why Ryan pointed out that when he clicked through, it was showing that it could process before the Sunday games. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. But the rule has still been, when we've had these discussions before, is you have to trade before kickoff of the player, even if they're on your bench. So
if it hadn't been for, I don't know who it was, Kareem Hunt playing on Thursday, it would have gone through.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, it was just there's several pieces in there, and it was literally just because Hunt had already played. So, which also makes sense because, again, it's just like waivers. Like you can drop players as much as you want. Like everybody drops and churns players on Sundays. But you can't pick. I couldn't drop somebody on Sunday and pick up somebody off of waivers who played on Thursday. Typically, you can only acquire a player once they've played the following week. So whether with a trade or with waivers. So
I have a question for you, Dave.
Yeah.
Do you feel bad fleecing Micah?
You know, like I said, I genuinely believed in Mr. Burden. He was, Dan. There should be a manual adjustment here. No, I told Micah this straight up. I was like, hey man, if you got to bet, here's why. Like I made the case for the trade just like I would, but I was like, I think Burrow's got name value. Like he's obviously an elite quarterback, should come back, but if you look at him, like he's playing hurt, and before, like even earlier in the year, he wasn't really performing before he got hurt. So it's kind of the name value thing. And then I really do believe in Burden. I think he's a really good player. I think Ben Johnson's offense is really good. I think like year 2, they're going to weaponize him. He's going to be their slot guy and get a ton of volume. So I think he's going to get a lot of you. I think he's going to be good. But that was my case I made to Micah.
Gotcha.
So far, it's panned out okay for me. I think Burrow had a decent. I think he had like 18 points or something like that. So it's not like he came out and put up 30 or something, right?
Yeah,
So we'll just see.
that's fair.
I don't feel like it was a terrible trade. I feel like other trades that I heard circulating for one Joe Burrow may have been slightly less beneficial.
And that's
to
what I
both
said.
parties.
I said you should. I told Mike, I said you should trade Burrow because you're going to keep May. So find a keeper that you want, right? And the trade I heard that somebody else was offering, I was like, that doesn't sound like it's good ROI to me. But
He probably would have accepted though because it was a Redskins player.
probably so.
Yeah, I think this is actually another good question for conversation. Do we get to a point, and/or is it a league vote, where we kick certain members or maybe relegate certain members out of the league due to lack of competitiveness or general interaction? And if this person knows who they are and they're listening right now, which I'd be shocked,
I would be
then
shocked. I'd be
feel
shocked.
free to chime in.
Jesus, please.
The relegation issue it's been brought up by members of the league before. Notably, recent additions to the league have said it basically came in the door and was like, hey, now that I'm in the league, let's kick out these other people. But I'm not going to name
interesting.
names, right?
Well, there's a limited number of
There's
those.
a limited number of people who it could be.
There's about
The,
two of them, and I know one of them didn't.
Well, one could technically be Josh because he just joined the league again.
Yeah.
That's true.
But, no, I think that, there's definitely an argument to be made, right? You don't want people like just being easy outs and like, donating players and tilting the league, right? But at the same time, I think there's an element of it's a game, right? And like we've allowed plenty of people to opt out, right? So like Rebecca, Amanda, Josh a couple of times, right? Like when you feel like it's not the right fit anymore and you're not having fun, like we want you to opt out. Like we want you to play if you're having fun, but also not like gatekeep.
Continue.
Yeah, but not essentially not gatekeep like, hey, you have to do X, Y, and Z to like this is what fantasy means, right? Like you have to do this, like because my level, like 70 waiver moves for me, right, relative to significantly fewer waiver moves for other people, right? I would say, hey man, if you're still having fun, like if you want to be in the league genuinely and you enjoy it, right, we want you to keep on playing, right? Just like if you're playing pickup sports or something else, right? It's like we're playing for, a pretty small buy-in. And yes, we all want to have fun, but at the end of the day, this isn't high stakes. So that's kind of my bias towards it is just, hey man, if you don't really care and you kind of want to bow out, then yeah, bow out. But if you're still having fun and you want to keep on playing, right? Like just keep on playing.
So I'm hearing maybe we increase the buy-in of certain players year over year. If you're in the bottom of the league like 3 years in a row, it like triples.
It's a weighted buy.
I will say though, like if you're going to be consistently at the bottom, you do have to invest in the league and do league punishment.
You do have
I think
to
that's
do
fair.
punishment. That is something.
Like because with no league punishment last year, it really makes it like okay, it's not that big a deal to lose, right? But it should be a
Yeah.
decent
There should
deal
be
to lose.
consequences to being a loser.
100%.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, it's certainly opened the door for future people to opt out of punishment. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's different.
Daddy. Coco, my hair, sister.
Oh,
You should
That's
brush your
nice.
dad's beard.
Yeah, brush my beard.
No, my.
There's not as much up there, but you're welcome to.
Come, Dallas. I'm not tired.
You're not tired?
Olivia and Riley. Can you hear me?
Yes.
We have a question for you. If we have a competition with many people and there's one person that always loses the competition, should we let them continue in the competition or should we kick them out?
Come out.
They have spoken.
Clip that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That's very helpful. Do you want to join the competition?
Do you want to play
No.
football?
There's a duck up. Yes. A duck up here.
Of the duck.
The duck?
We
That's
see
not. That duck goes moo.
That's a cow. There's a cow.
No, a cow goes quack quack.
There's a duck.
That's a duck. Josh, what noise does a duck make?
Can't.
No, but that's
Moo.
See, it says move.
Cat.
Bye-bye.
Cat.
I could have
Kiss. Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
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 I see two ducks.
See two ducks.
I see two ducks.
16
Two
teams.
ducks.
I see two
16.
ducks. I see two.
What do you guys think is going to happen with the returners
I
next
see
year?
two ducks. I see two ducks.
I think they'll get voted to like a quarter of the points.
I think we're going to nerf them. I think it's going to be 25 yards a point.
Yeah, that's what
I think that's going to effectively remove them as being viable.
I
Don't
mean.
And then,
like
we'll go right back to being complaining about how thin waivers are. And Jonesy will want to eliminate bench spots again.
I wonder, do you think that in conjunction there will be a move to change defensive scoring? Because right now, defense and special teams also get a ton of points off return yards. Just because the NFL changed the rule.
Sure, we could double it. We could say 50 return yards for defenses. It's been 25 for forever. But then again, it's kind of what another discussion from Dan, Ryan, and Dave on the drive was overreacting to recent data points, right? Like if you thumb the scale too much, like right now, we're like, oh yeah, this is too much. And we thumb the scale this year. And then next year things normalize and we get a lot more touchbacks, right? And then you're like, oh no, we need to change it back. And then you're constantly trying to change settings to react to whatever the most recent trend is. I think sometimes you kind of get too,
Well, that was my argument for not like when we did week 3, we had the vote or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And why I voted to I was like, no, I felt like we had to just kind of keep things as they were. Cause I was like, we only have 3 weeks of data. Like, I feel like we need to wait it out for a season and see how people feel. And like, cause it is easy to overreact. I overreact all the time. You know what I mean? So
I should have reacted more and bid more on Dikey.
We all should have.
yeah. Jeez.
It's gonna be hilarious when Dan misses out in the playoffs with the top scorer and the top return man.
Irony.
Actually, though, hold up. Let's throw a scenario out there. Let's say Maresca wins. Let's say I win.
Oh, I know where he's going with this.
Let's say Dan loses.
No.
Will there be any hinders represented in the playoffs?
I knew it.
Oh
my Lord.
No, right? So yes, because either Dan would get in at 7-7, or in that case, Natalie would win and get in.
Yeah. Or Josh outscores Dan by 190 points.
That
Josh
too.
is in.
But that's just by sheer numbers, right? The only other context would be if Matt made it somehow, which he's not going to do this year. That's the only way we can get no hinders in the playoffs. There's only hinders in the consolation bracket, right?
There's guaranteed to be at least one hinders in the playoffs.
Well, Mitch and Matt, I guess. Yes, this year there is. Sorry. I'm trying to think if it's mathematically what the odds are that no hinders would be in the playoffs.
Oh, just the ratio in general?
Yeah.
Oh, aren't there like
You could have
in
6
the
hinders in the toilet.
Yeah, there's 6 out of 14, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well put Kevin in there too, so you could have count him as a hinders.
Does that mean you want to be affiliated with the Deans, Maresca?
Oh no, I'm affiliated with the Marescas, and we have the most championships of any family in this league.
Yeah,
we're tied.
Not the most.
We're tied.
Yeah. He's up there.
The independents are doing pretty well, right? Unlike our 2-party system, right? You've got between Mitch and Maresco. I think it's just Mitch, Lindsay, and Maresco, right? Our third-party candidates in this league. They've cleaned up. Mitch and Maresco have cleaned up on the trophies.
Yeah, do you consider them like a non-Dean Hinders family? They
Yeah.
are the most winning. They are the winningest.
It's true. I would say more winning than either the Deans or the Hinders on aggregate.
We'll just join the Thorsons, Morescos, and Jones and Wegmans together as a one
Oh,
entity.
Weggy. Yeah. Weggy hasn't really contributed much, but
Weggy and Jonesy both haven't, but
Mm.
it's all right. We'll count him. It's just in case he wins this year.
Weggy's made the
lots
finals.
of league content. Weggy contributes content.
Didn't
Weggy
make
has
the
made
finals?
I beat him in the championship the year Josh dropped out, or the
Yeah.
year after. I beat Josh and then I beat Weggy the next year.
So you beat Weggy twice.
Yes, I beat Weggy twice. No, I think Josh was still managing the team at that point. I think he had come back to manage the team for the playoffs. Can't remember.
You saw how things were going.
Came back and messed it up for Kevin.
Weggy's
think
on
the
a
better
bit of a
question,
Did I beat
streak.
you,
Dan,
Dave,
is-
did I beat you the third one? Who did I beat the third one?
You
I think it was
beat
you,
me.
right?
Yeah,
it was you.
I was second like a couple years ago.
I think
was
the harder question to answer, Dan, is which years has Josh not dropped out?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
Well,
50
on that
minutes
note,
in.
Damn.
Best of luck to everyone who can make the playoffs. And
Josh, are you committing to next year?
best of
Yeah, I'm committed. Yeah, 100%.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah,
It's a fair question.
it's fair. I accept.
You heard it here first, folks.